Have you ever heard of a place so alive it's called Sinful? Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. Beyond the postcard beaches, there's a raw, chaotic beauty here. This isn't your average island getaway. Trinidad is loud, messy, and bursting with cultures, religions, and histories, all simmering together. The air is thick with the scent of doubles, the pulse of soca, and the energy of people living life at full volume. Here, sin isn't about moral decay. It's about embracing life's pleasures, questioning authority, and celebrating freedom. Born from resistance and the collision of worlds, Trinidad is always evolving, always challenging. We're here to explore that contradiction, to find out what makes this place tick. Is Trinidad and Tobago truly sinful, or just misunderstood? Let's find out, with an open mind and an empty stomach. Where does Trinidad's sinful reputation come from? It's a question that's been asked for generations, both by locals and curious outsiders. The answer isn't simple, and it's not just about wild parties or late-night revelry. It's a story woven from history, culture, and a spirit that refuses to be tamed. Carnival, for starters, the wild, hedonistic celebration where restraint is thrown out the window. For a few days each year, the island transforms into a kaleidoscope of color, music, and movement. People from all walks of life come together, shedding their inhibitions and embracing freedom in its purest form. But it's more than a party. It's a release, a spiritual cleansing, and a symbol of the island's rebellious spirit. Carnival is a living, breathing act of resistance, a way to reclaim joy and identity in the face of hardship. The music, the dance, the laughter, they're all part of a deeper tradition of defiance and renewal. Trinidad's history is one of defiance, from slave rebellions to the Black Power Revolution. The island's people have always pushed back against authority, refusing to be silenced or controlled. This legacy of resistance is etched into the streets, the art, and the very language of the island. People question everything, and that unruliness is both a check on power and a form of grassroots democracy. In Trinidad, debate isn't just tolerated, it's celebrated. The ability to challenge, to argue, to laugh at authority is seen as a vital part of what it means to be Trinidadian. Then there's liming, the art of doing nothing with friends, which outsiders might call laziness. But here, it's the glue of society. Liming is where stories are shared, bonds are formed, and the pulse of the community is felt. It's a celebration of the everyday, a reminder that joy can be found in the simplest moments. Vice isn't hidden. Gambling, drinking, and infidelity are openly discussed, even joked about in Calypso. The music itself is a mirror, reflecting the island's contradictions with wit and honesty. Calypso artists poke fun at politicians, expose scandals, and turn everyday vices into catchy refrains. Trinidad doesn't pretend to be a saint, it lays its flaws bare, and in that honesty, there's integrity. People here are quick to admit their faults, to laugh at their own missteps, and to accept that imperfection is part of being human. The sin is just being human, unfiltered, unashamed, and alive. It's about embracing life's messiness, its pleasures and its pains, without apology. In Trinidad, to sin is simply to live fully, to savor every moment, and to do so with open arms. This is a place that refuses to hide its contradictions. The old and the new, the sacred and the profane, the rich and the poor, they all exist side by side, creating a vibrant, unpredictable tapestry. It's not about perfection, but about authenticity. The people of Trinidad take pride in their realness, in their willingness to show the world exactly who they are, flaws and all. Here, the so-called sins are woven into the fabric of daily life. They're not hidden away or denied, but embraced as part of the island's unique character. That's what makes Trinidad unique. It's a place where contradictions are celebrated, where joy and struggle walk hand in hand, and where the sinful label is worn with a kind of pride. And that's why the label sticks. Trinidad's so-called sins are really just expressions of life, vivid, unapologetic, and utterly unforgettable. A day in Trinidad starts early. Vendors chopping coconuts, doubles frying, and the city already buzzing. Family and community are everything. Neighbors know your business, but they're also your safety net. Sunday lunch is sacred. Plates piled high, laughter echoing through generations. Life is lived in the open, arguments, laughter, and small dramas play out for all to see. The daily grind is real. Traffic, bureaucracy, and the struggle to make ends meet. Yet there's resilience and optimism. God is a Trini, they say, half joking, half serious. People look out for each other, believing tomorrow will be better. The rhythm here is a blend of struggle and hope, frustration and faith. It's a society that wears its heart on its sleeve. Life isn't easy, but it's lived fully. That's the Trinidadian way. Carnival isn't just a parade, it's a social revolution. For 2 days, social barriers vanish. CEOs and street vendors dance side by side, covered in mud and paint. The season builds for months, exploding in a frenzy of music, color, and freedom. Jover kicks it off. Pre-dawn, primal, anonymous, a symbolic rebirth. Soca music pulses through the streets, telling stories of love, politics, and life. Even the shyest find themselves swept up in the collective joy. But Carnival is also rebellion, born from emancipation, mocking the old masters, claiming the streets. Calypso and Ol Mas characters poke fun at politicians and social issues. It's a declaration of freedom, a celebration of survival. Carnival is Trinidad's soul on display, chaotic, beautiful, and defiantly alive. It's more than a party, it's identity. For a moment, everyone is equal. That's the magic. To know Trinidad, eat its street food. Doubles, bake and shark, corn soup, standing up, surrounded by laughter. The streets are alive with the sounds of sizzling pans and cheerful chatter. Doubles, 2 pieces of bara, curried chana, and pepper sauce. Trinidad in a handful. Each bite is a burst of flavor, a mix of textures that tell a story of its own. Every dish tells a story. Indian spices, African breads, indigenous provisions. Maracas Bay's bake and shark is a pilgrimage, with a condiment bar that's a flavor explosion. Pepper sauce is a rite of passage, fiery, unforgettable, and on everything. It's a test of endurance and a badge of honor. Food here is social glue. Vendors know your order, limes form around soup stands, and debates over the best doubles are fierce. Eating on the street is a daily ritual, a celebration of culture and community. The food is messy, bold, and full of history. It's about sharing, connecting, and pride. To eat here is to be part of the island's heartbeat. The heat, the spice, the stories, they linger long after the meal. That's Trinidad on a plate. It's an experience that stays with you, a memory that warms your heart and ignites your senses. Stereotypes about Trinidad, crime, corruption, island time, are only part of the story. Yes, crime exists, mostly in hotspots, and it's a real concern. But it doesn't define the country. Corruption is a constant frustration, fueling cynicism and calypso satire, but people keep pushing for better. Island time isn't laziness. It's a flexible, people-first approach to life. Things run late, but when it matters, Trinidadians move fast, especially for Carnival. Trinidad isn't just a beach resort, it's an industrial powerhouse with oil, gas, and hard work at its core. The landscape is factories and refineries, not just palm trees. People hustle, dream, and struggle like anywhere else. To see only the problems is to miss the real story. Trinidad is complex, gritty, and real. It's not paradise, but it's alive. The truth is in the contradictions. That's what makes it unforgettable. To truly understand Trinidad, you have to listen to its people. Their voices, their laughter, their struggles, and their dreams. The real stories of this island aren't always found in the headlines or the travel brochures. They live in the everyday moments, in the faces you pass on the street, and in the quiet resilience that shapes daily life. Samuel, a pan tuner in Laventil, spends his days shaping steel drums into music and hope, resistance forged from oil barrels. Each note he coaxes from metal is a testament to Trinidad's creativity, turning hardship into harmony. His workshop is filled with the sounds of possibility, echoing through the hills. The panyard is more than a place for music. It keeps kids off the street, offering them family, purpose, and a sense of belonging. Here, children learn not just to play, but to dream, to work together, and to find pride in their roots. Auntie Sheila, a doubles vendor for 40 years, feeds generations. Her stand is a neighborhood landmark. People come not just for the food, but for her stories, her laughter, and the comfort of tradition passed down with every serving. She faces rising costs and long hours, but finds joy in serving her community. Through every challenge, she remains a steady presence, offering warmth and kindness to all who stop by. In a Woodbrook bar, a young poet stands before a small crowd and tells us, "They call us sinful because we feel everything deeply." Her words cut through the noise, capturing the spirit of a people who refuse to hide their emotions. We love, party, and fight with passion. Our joys and our sorrows are worn openly, celebrated in music, dance, and debate. Every gathering is a reminder that life here is lived out loud. She'd rather have chaos than sterile order, and stays to fight for her culture. For her, Trinidad is worth every struggle, every late night, every act of defiance that keeps tradition alive. These stories don't make headlines, but they're the heartbeat of Trinidad. They're woven into the fabric of daily life, in every shared meal and every song sung at dusk. They're about resilience, pride, and refusing to give up, no matter the odds. In every corner of the island, people lift each other up, finding strength and community. The real Trinidad is found in these voices, not in guidebooks. It's in the stories you hear when you stop to listen, in the wisdom shared over a cup of tea, and in the laughter that echoes down the street. Listen closely, and you'll hear the soul of the island, alive, unfiltered, and unforgettable. Should you visit Trinidad and Tobago? It depends on what you seek. If you want manicured resorts and sanitized culture, look elsewhere. Trinidad demands participation. Step out of your comfort zone, get lost, talk to strangers, try new foods. The best moments are unscripted, found in roadside bars and spontaneous conversations. Hospitality is genuine, but respect is key. Show interest and doors open. Come with an open mind, humor, and common sense. Be aware, but don't let fear hold you back. Trinidad isn't a vacation. It's an adventure and an education. It will challenge you, change you, and stay with you. The island gets under your skin. If you're ready for the real Caribbean, Trinidad is waiting. The experience is unforgettable. We came searching for sin, and found it in the joy of street food, the rhythm of steel pan, and the wild freedom of carnival. But it's not damnation. It's the sin of being fully, beautifully human. Trinidad challenges your preconceptions and invites you into its contradictions. It's a place of poets and oilmen, natural beauty and gritty reality. The real story is in the laughter, the music, the food, and the voices of its people. The most interesting things happen in the gray areas, between right and wrong, sacred and profane. Our journey is just a glimpse. There are countless stories left to discover. If you're curious, dig deeper, listen, and maybe visit. Because a place this vibrant and human deserves to be understood.